Hi, Lily Quinn here. Okay, so in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can create your own bias binding strips. This is an example of a commercial one that is already pre-creased and ironed, and you can buy it by the yard, or sometimes it comes in a small package. Okay, they crease it and it's according to a predetermined width. This I think is a quarter, sorry, yeah, an inch and a quarter width. Okay, now whatever the width is, you divide that by 4 to get the final look of the binding. Okay, like this is example of one that I made, and the final look will be this wide, and this is about 3/8 of an inch. Okay, that means that the original width of the bias strip was 1.5, about 1.5 inches, and then you fold it and fold it again 4 times, so to speak. I'm going to go through that process, but 4 times will give you the finished look, and this is about 3/8 of an inch. To get a bias strip, you need to cut on the bias side of the fabric. The fabric has to be square like that. This is the lengthwise, this is the breadthwise. You draw a line in the middle to get all, in my case I'm just folding it over itself and I'm getting the bias. Okay, the bias has a property that stretches. It gives you a little stretch. It doesn't stretch this way or that way, but when you stretch it this way, it gives you a little stretch. And then you cut along the bias. Now once you cut along the bias and you have it this way, now anything you cut through here gives you a bias strip, and then you determine how wide. Like this is about 1 inch wide. If you want a bigger, or 1.5 inch wide, you can go that much. Make sure you measure it. I've cut this several times, so I can't tell how big it is. Okay, this is 1.25 inches, and this is about 1.5 inches, a little bigger than that, but generally that's what it is. Okay, and so I cut a few here that just straight strip like that, and then all you do is make sure you determine the right side and fold it in half. Fold it in half and iron that down. Okay, exactly in the middle. Iron it in the middle. All right, and then fold either edge towards the middle again, like that. Either edge, in other words, let the edges meet exactly in the middle, and then fold it over again. And as you iron, you get your bias strip ready for sewing or for using to bind your neckline. We use bias strips for necklines, armholes, any round edges that we want to finish neatly. You can use a bias strip for that, and when you finish, it is called bias binding. You bias bound the neckline. Now, if you have a bias binder, this gadget over here, if you have it, you can also use it to create the same thing. I already set it in. If you have it, all you do is set it in and then use your iron to create the binder or the strip as you go. Just press it. The gadget kind of create the double fold for you, and all you do is press. Okay, all the way, and in the end you get very nicely made bias strips like this. Thanks for watching.